Hey everybody, welcome to a new episode of Average Joe Sports, a sports lovers podcast. Thank you for taking the time to listen to the pod today. If you could, please make sure to hit the like button. It helps the channel out a ton and also allows me to continue making more content just like this. So without further ado, let's get right into it. It's the last installment of the NFL record predictions. This time we're covering the NFC West. And in first place, I have the Los Angeles Rams with a record of 13 wins, 4 losses, and 4-2 within the division. Now, obviously, how will the Rams look with the addition of Matt Stafford? You trade a couple ones for him, you get Goff out of there. Solid improvement in quarterback play. I don't think anybody's arguing against that. The defense is obviously a dominant vocal point of this team, with the front line led by Aaron Donald and the back end led by Jalen Ramsey. But with the addition of Sony Michel, what will that do for Henderson in terms of fantasy stock value? I know a lot of people were maybe stretching to take him in the 4th, 5th. Now does he go 7th, 8th? Is he the number 1? Is he the number 2? He's obviously been there longer. He knows the playbook. But I mean, everyone kind of runs basic run plays. Now, the motions can be different. Swing blockers can be different. We all know that, but we'll just see. We'll have to wait and see. It's up to you, Stafford. Let's get this first playoff win for you. It's been a good career, tainted by the fact that you got drafted by Detroit. You gotta love the fact that you were loyal to the city, though. You never gave up on them, and you were never the problem. So how far will Matt Stafford and that defense be able to take them? Seattle is always in the mix of things throughout the season, despite them being in one of the hardest divisions in football. Can Russ continue to be the glue that holds the Seahawks together? I'm not sure. You go and pay the money that he wanted to spend on the left tackle on Jamal Adams, and, I don't hate it. Jamal Adams is clearly one of the better safeties in the league, but it's just another thing that Pete Carroll has done that I know has gotten under the skin of Russ. How much longer does he put up with it? Everyone remembers whenever Russ's agent leaked that these are the only teams we'll play for, which included teams like the Cowboys, the Raiders, Chicago, and I think there was one other one that I'm missing and I can't remember off the top of my head. But you got to make the franchise happy. And right now, it seems like Pete Carroll's the franchise and Russell Wilson is just an employee. In third place, I have the San Francisco 49ers with a record of 12-5 as well and 3-3 within the division. Seattle is ahead of them because of head-to-head matchups. Now, it's looking to me like Jimmy G will probably be the starter throughout the season. I'm a big Trey Lance guy. I did not want them to pick up Mac Jones with that pick. The pick that they traded up so much for and gave up so much for. I felt like Trey Lance was the right pick there. But he is very raw, and he does need time to learn. And who better to learn from than Jimmy Garoppolo? I mean, he did it himself. He learned from the best quarterback in Tom Brady. Yeah, we'll see it. At least right now. Did that for a few years. Obviously got great insight. Went to a team. And whenever he's been healthy, he's been a solid starter. But Trey Lance should sit. Trey Lance should wait until next year to finally take over the San Francisco 49ers. You get Nick Bosa back for a grueling ACL injury last year. Lost Solomon Thomas in the same game as well. The injury bug was just hitting San Francisco last year. But expect him to bounce back and also expect him to make a push for NFL Defensive Player of the Year. When I look at the wide receiver position, it seems a little bit light to me. Now, we still got Deebo Samuel. Can he really emerge as a number 1, though? I don't think so. You lose Kendrick Bourne, which was a good little slot guy for you. Obviously goes over to the New England Patriots this offseason. Who didn't go to the Patriots during the offseason, though, am I right? So we'll just have to see. Lean on that running game. The RPO will set you free and take you far. Moving on to last place. in the NFC West, we have the Arizona Cardinals with a record of 11 wins, 6 losses, and 3-3 within the division. It hurts me to say this. It hurts me to put Arizona in last place, especially with a record of 11-6, because I really think that Kyler Murray is going to show something new in his game this year. He needs to be consistent as a passer, needs to be better when it comes to reading defenses, game management. There's a lot of things that Kyler still needs to learn. And some of that is on him for sure, but some of it's also, you come in, you're a rookie, and then Cliff Kingsbury, he doesn't have much NFL experience, and he's been trying to implement his college system into the pros. And if I'm being honest, it just hasn't worked all that well. They figured him out halfway through the season. And if it wasn't for that Hail Murray, who knows where they would have been, where they would have crumbled at. But you signed J.J. Watt, and now he's side by side with a defensive fucking monster in Chandler Jones. If you didn't know, John Jones' brother. MMA legend. GOAT, future heavyweight champion of the world. And who can forget Budda Baker? You gotta love you some Budda Baker, man. Dude is 5'9", flies fucking across the field, kicks ass and takes fucking names. Budda Baker. Just check your rear view mirrors for DK Metcalf and we'll be all good. But you also pick up AJ Green in the offseason. Unfortunately, Larry Fitzgerald isn't on the team anymore. It looks like he's pretty much retired at this point. So, how does the target share go? Obviously, D-Hop is your number one receiver, but AJ Green has been known to win his targets as well. A lot of mouths to feed in Arizona. Can Kyler get it done? I guess we'll have to wait and see. So, just a quick recap on those NFC West record predictions. In first place, we have the Los Angeles Rams with a record of 13 wins, 4 losses, and 4-2 within the division. In second place, we have the Seattle Seahawks with a record of 12-5 and 2-4 within the division. In third place, we have the San Francisco 49ers with a record of 12-5 and 3-3 within the division. And in last place, we have the Arizona Cardinals with a record of 11 wins, 6 losses, and 3-3 within the division. And that was the last episode of Record Prediction, guys. It's been a fun little journey. I enjoy doing it with you guys. And guess what, everybody? It's less than 1 week till real football. Thursday night, we get the Bucs versus the Cowboys in the first NFL game of the year. Who will you be rooting for? Comment down below. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe. Thank you for listening to this episode of Average Joe Sports, a sports lovers podcast. And I'll be back with another episode soon.